The Bay Area's rock station. 107.7 The Bone.
107.7 The Bone. That is Metallica in the Metal Zone. In the studio with me, the bass player on that song, Jason Newsted. Jason been programming the show all night long, so
I'm getting good now.
He's on a roll. Actually, we're almost all the way through. We're just picking songs ahead now, which actually is kind of a relief for me.
Pretty fun, actually.
So, Jason, you actually just recently were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh man,
is that like surreal, or is it just kind of cool, or do you feel like guilty, like, yeah, I'm in, but look who's not, kind of thing? I don't know. What kind of feelings do you go through?
Yeah, I think the first two descriptions are good, surreal and really cool. Those two are very much accurate. It was a weekend, so it was 3 days that we kind of hung around, and the people were there, and there's Joe Perry and calling you by your first name and crazy, and then my amp was sitting next to Joe's on the stage, when it came time to play Train Kept A-Rollin' at the end of the thing, and I learned Train Kept A-Rollin' from the Aerosmith live record, and so there's me and Joe playing Train Kept A-Rollin', and Jimmy Page is over there, and holy crap. That was, I was levitating for real.
That was like a super fan moment.
Yep.
But you were on stage.
Yeah, but crazy. I knew right where I was, because the Metallica thing was like we had 1 day off, and then we played Master Puppets again. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the 8 years or whatever that went by. It was just like, there it is, and there we are again, getting right back on a really fast bike. It's just, you're comfortable with it, but it goes really fast, so you got to hold on. But that's what happened. And it was an unexpected thing, because some of the goals that you set for yourself, and sell a lot of records and tour the world and Grammy Awards and all these different things, that all shows up. But I hadn't really ever thought about the Hall of Fame as a true aspiration, whether voluntary or involuntary. I hadn't thought about it. So when they brought it up and they put us in, the first minute that we're eligible, they put us in there while we're still all able-bodied and clear-minded and ready to go. And that's not always what happens with everybody, like you're saying. Who's not in there still that should be in there before us. If we're playing it chronological, teachers and who deserves it first, and who's been there for the 25 years to deserve it and paid the dues and all that, then we're a little ways down the line.
How do you feel about like AC/DC and Kiss not being in there, that kind of thing?
It's just strange, but you got to think about the math of everything. They've been doing the Hall of Fame since '82 or something. So if you go back 25 years from that, 57, that's about the first time you could actually address any heroes of rock and roll. Would have been about then. Gene Vincent and Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry and Little Richard. Those people were from those years. So it's only appropriate it started in '82. Well, we're only 27 years later, and we got to make up for all of that art that's happened.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to catch, It's going to be a while before they catch up to everybody.
That's my theory on the Metal Grammy. They didn't have a Metal Grammy for so long, but there was metal for so long. Now they've got to catch up and award posthumous Metal Grammys to all those people who deserved them back then.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's how Slayer won for a reissue of a song that came out on a CD 3 years earlier.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything about
who's going to say Slayer doesn't deserve a Metal Grammy? Obviously they do. Just I think they're just playing catch up.
Yes, I think so, and that's
which I think is what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is trying to do, but still trying to stay current and obviously well deserved.
And it had to work out this time for them. They really needed a big charge for their batteries or something, and by having it the first time available to the public this time around, and Metallica playing live at the public hall and being able to sell those how many ever thousand tickets in 10 seconds and all that kind of craziness, you know what I mean? The people were there for Metallica. It was like a Metallica show that night in the arena. So all the Metallica people were from T-shirts to tuxes, but they were all there.
Now, did you guys have any kind of like, let's get together and hang out before so that we can kind of like get all the weirdness aside? Or are you guys hanging out periodically on a regular basis, you and the rest of the guys in Metallica?
Oh, Metallica guys. No, I saw Lars and Kirk at a System of a Down show some years ago, and that was the last time, and I haven't seen James ever since, 8 years or whatever. So the Hall of Fame was the first time in 8 years. But there was all just water under the bridge, man. All of that stuff is already gone. We have moved on with our stuff, and I really never looked back. I just kept kind of going forward. I started Echo Brain right away, jumped on Voivod after that, got with Ozzy. I mean, everything just kept rolling. So there was never really any time to look back in that way. And this time we got to look back together. And the coolest part of it was the Friday night before the actual event of Saturday, we gathered all of the people that played an important part to Metallica in the last 25 years and had a giant reunion party. So flew in people from all over the world to be in one room at the same time. And so I'm just getting bumps thinking about it. It was, the road crew from Kill 'Em All and all the way to the road crew today, and everybody in between, and record store people and record company people, and everybody that played a part to get Metallica to where they are now. So that was really the crowning glory. The Hall of Fame ceremony, fantastic and everything, but the multi-layered Metallica family reunion was really the cool thing.
And a lot of people that you may have lost touch with. And
absolutely.
Just huge amount of email trading.
Yeah, or even not even that, just completely not seeing somebody for, they went around the world 5 times over there at a different time, and you went around the world 5 times over there at a different time, and here we are, we match up again 20 years later and looking at each other going, wow, man, you look the same, and you haven't changed in this and that, what are you doing, and how are your kids and all that stuff. So it was very much a real world type of thing at the same time as it being, I can't believe all these people are here at once. Oh my God. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame made it possible for us to gather all these people together. What a great thing.
And as a rock and roll inductee, you now get a vote, right? In next year's class?
Yeah, it's the same as the Grammys or anything else.
Are you making a short list?
There's a couple you already named should have been there. AC/DC should have been there a while ago. Kiss, I'm not sure what Bridges' gene is burned to make it not so, and things,
right.
It seems like it could have happened sooner. So there's probably political stuff going on there that I don't know.
Yeah, because if ever there was a marketing genius.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. One side of it, yeah. One side of it, no.
All right, and we are going to play the new Voivod coming up really soon. I hear that the CD is en route. And you have a copy of it on you, right?
I do have the metal right here. I can barely hold it up with these 2 hands. It's
so
heavy.
Coming up, we have a couple more songs that you picked, some classic Priest, Maiden, some Fu Manchu, and then we will bust out the new Voivod.
Sounds good.
Awesome. It's 107.7 The Bone. It's the Metal Zone.
107.7 The Bone.
Streaming online at 1077thebone.com.